All right, here we are, day 39. And today was a good day. Um, got a good amount of sleep this morning. I actually slept till probably around 1 o'clock. And, it was intermittent sleeping. I had to take my kids to school this morning, so I had to get up and take the first one. And I took a nap, and then took the second one, and then went back to sleep. So, all in all, I managed to get about 7.5 hours. So I got a good amount of sleep, felt really good about that. And got up, started getting my food taken care of, got my diet on point today. It was awesome. Talked to my coach, was able to get my calories up because when I weighed in this morning after all that sleep, I was down to below 180, which is not where I wanted to be. So my goal was to hit 185. So surpassed that. And now I think realistically sticking somewhere between 180 and 190 will work. What I'd like to do is stay closer to 185, 190, just because I like that amount of weight on me. Not that it's, I don't know that BMI wise what it is, but as far as how I feel and also my performance, that weight works really well. It's enough weight to protect my joints. By having a little bit of fat there, it's enough weight that I'm not just getting tossed around by somebody that's a lot, in their 200s or 300 pounds. So, those are things that are important to me with what I do. And, as a martial artist and as a first responder in my work, those two things matter. I do need to have a little bit of more protection on my joints. I do need to kind of be able to assert my physical abilities, in situations. So without being just tossed around. So that's kind of where that's stemming from. And that's kind of how I look at all my everything I do is how is this helping me perform better? So the exercises I choose to do, the way they're structured, the way that I work out, it's a lot of that has to do with how does this help me perform in my day-to-day. I don't really give a crap how I look, as far as getting shredded or anything like that. I think that's kind of a silly, superficial thing. I want to be able to perform, and I want to be able to perform at a high level in an environment that is changing and rapid and requires a lot of dynamic abilities. So that's how I focus and do my workouts. Nutrition-wise today, it was like I said, it was good. I actually felt better today than I have in a while, just because I didn't get hungry. And, was able to put enough calories in that I felt really good. What else? Let's say nothing too major remarkable. Water, I got a little bit behind on, so I'm finally kind of caught up on it. I got about 8 ounces left, so no big deal there. And because that's basically a couple sips at this point. Normally I'm chugging 20 ounces without any issue, so I'm gonna do another 20 ounces just because I want to. I like hitting 140 instead of 128, just personal preference, because I need the water because of how I structure my outside workouts. And tomorrow's gonna be a day. So we'll see how it works out. We'll see, make sure everything falls into place before I kind of talk about it, but I think it's gonna be a good one. Anything else that's significant nutrition workout wise? No. Book wise, so the reading, yeah, again, just it's I'm doing my best to not just now read every chapter with judgment. Uh, I even tried to look at when the little suggestions they get. They use this principle when, um, and sometimes a couple of them were like, okay, I can see how that might work. So I finished up the depletion principle, which, I mean, uh, it's an interesting concept. I think fighting wise, it made sense. The example of his wife choking out another wrestler after he turned his back isn't, it doesn't, it wasn't really a good example of that. Like, and it was still fighting. So, yeah, I didn't think it was a very good example. And really, it just kind of was a more of my ego was hurt. So I was going to get revenge kind of thing. And you're like, all right. The other principle, what was it? Oh, isolation. That was the second one that I read today. And I finished up depletion. Actually, was it depletion? Shit. I actually think it was a different one that I finished up today. I don't know, just that one was on my mind because it kind of, the isolation one had a similar story in it, where Henner talks about, I was bullied, and his idea of bullying is that somebody else said that they could kick his ass without him being able to hear it, and it just kind of got around to him through his friend group. Don't really think he has the most personal experience of what it being bullied really is. And I can't say that I was a perfect human being. I was I had moments in my life where I was a definite asshole. And there were moments in my life where I had people do things that, like, I had one kid come by my house and break a bottle, and, make threats. I had, there were times just, people, tell you how crappy you are at sports and stuff like that. And for a while, I had a big, giant kind of afro and was a little bit chubby kid, so I was called Pat. If you're familiar with Saturday Night Live, there was a character that was kind of androgynous. And, that was, that went on for a long time. So that was not a fun thing. So, I read that, what he put in, his little story, and I'm just like, he has no idea what it really is like to be, kind of singled out by someone and targeted on a daily basis. So, that in and of itself, plus the kind of the way he, I guess, presented that particular thing, like, he's talking about, I'm gonna, like, in fighting wise, you isolate a limb from the rest of the body, so you can't activate all the other muscles in there to help that limb. And he indicates, well, he isolated this guy from his friend group and confronted him individually rather than confront him in front of all his friends, to avoid a conflict, which to me is more conflict avoidance. I don't know if it's necessarily isolation. It's just diplomacy. It's like, hey, I went and actually confronted this guy and allowed him to tell, kind of said, hey, this is what I'm hearing. Is it true? And he said no. And I said, okay, cool. And then that was it. And I never heard any more rumors about him. That's not bullying. And it's, I guess that represents that principle. Again, just not maybe the best example. He does use some things, like he talks about, it's a good idea to, like, if you're experiencing problems, to kind of isolate the elements of the problem so that you can figure out which of those things is causing the issue, so that then you can go and fix that thing, rather than trying to look at the whole problem, the problem as a whole, which that made a lot of sense. But that was kind of it. So, yeah, that's where we are. Come here. Come here, bud. And since I did not share him yesterday, here he is. Nacho! Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Who's that? Who's this good boy? Oh, careful, careful. Stay on my lap. Good dog. Good boy. Yes. He's been coming in all the time. He's always in here when I do these videos. He just... Normally he's on there on Tuesdays, but I forgot yesterday. All right, I'll let you down, bud. There you go. There you go. Good boy. You're a good dog. All right. He still wants pets. Anyways, so, yeah, today was a good day. And I managed to kind of crush everything in, about 12 hours. So, I mean, the program itself is realistic if you just do the tasks. And, you just manage your time, and you do it every day. That's, I think, the hardest thing, is just, do each day and each task. And, once you're done checking off the task for the day, check off that day and go to sleep, wake up, do it again the next day. You do that for 75 days and you win. It is what it is. That's how you do it. If you don't even want to do the program, I like the way he looks at his daily checklist. That, make a checklist of 5 things that you want to do every day. And if you do those 5 things, check that day as a W. If you don't hit all those 5 things, it's an L. Your only goal at the end of the week is to have more W's than L's. And then that's a W for the week. And then on your months, you want to have more W weeks than L weeks. So maybe you go on vacation, you take an L for that whole week, because maybe, you eat out, you do some things, you miss workouts, whatever, 3 or 4 nights, it's a 7-day week, 4 nights, and that's an L. Well, if you win the other 3, you still win that month. If you win the other 3 weeks, you got 12 months. If you, win 9 out of 12 months, you've won a year. Now, you probably want to do better than that, but, if you're winning as often as possible, you're stacking those W's. So as Andy says, you're going to win overall. So I think that's, I've been thinking about that a lot this week. It's just, I was kind of proud that somebody actually mentioned it last week when I was working for a different shift. And, for a while I thought of it as these guys are they're picking on me, but now it's a source of pride. I'm like, yeah, I'm out there stacking W's. I'm like, yeah, I'm building a colossal mound of wins on my days. So do that. Go out there, build a mound of wins, and eventually people are going to start looking at you and wanting to know what you're doing. I don't know if that's happening yet with me, but if you are watching this, again, I appreciate you. I thank you. I have immense gratitude for anyone that's out there that's getting some sort of value out of this, and that's why I do these, is to help people to hopefully get some value. If you are interested in any kind of coaching, whether it be just help getting your nutrition on point. I'm not necessarily a nutrition person, like as far as I can give you advice on that. I can help you with I know enough about calories and protein to help you if you wanted to lose weight. I know enough about water to help you get your water under control. And I know enough about exercise that I can give you some good pointers on things you can do to get moving in the right direction. I am still working on my NASM certification, and I got to schedule that test. So that's something I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to put it as an extra task, and I will get in and actually schedule the date to take my test. All right. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you're getting value, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the notification thing so that you get notified when these come up. And at the end of it all, I hope you're getting out there, getting after it, and stacking W's. So that's all for today. Well, for some reason my remote's not working, so